Everybody, it's Lynn from Lynn's Crafts Designs. I'm coming by today with an ornament tutorial. A holiday ornament tutorial. I have not done a holiday one, Christmassy, wintry kind of themed one yet. I have done several of these. I'll put up shots so you can see the ones I have done. This is gonna be really similar to the other videos that I've done with the ornaments. I'm gonna do alcohol ink and glitter and all kinds of yumminess on a varnish, and then let that kind of set up, and then put them together, and then let that dry, and that will create our base for the rest of the ornament. Okay, let's get started. I got these. I have no idea what they came with. I'm sure it was some sort of kit. You know, like a UV resin kit or something. You don't like these kind. I say that, they're great. If you want to dust them with anything, because they're super sticky silicone. But I just don't like the feeling of them. I love that mold, though. That is sweet. And there's this one. Alright. So, this is just a glass that's got some random little shards of Angelina film that I cut up for something else. Shouldn't take too much. Okay. This is that BS resin. It's off of Amazon. Just because it was a cheap one. And it was recommended by Amazon. Okay. Barely amount. Where did I put my stir stick? Where? Oh no. There it is. This one in particular is just my UV resin stir stick. I stir my UV resin with it every time I'm mixing color in. Oh, if you can call that color. Oh, I'm in love with that. I am so sorry. This is the Deco Art Glamour Dust. And it is just that. Holographic-y, sparkly yumminess. I'm gonna put my glasses on because there are parts of these that are literally so tiny. My desk is level, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the top edge of the mold is level. Not meaning to be so precise, I just didn't mix up very much. So I'm trying not to overspill. Oh, just like that. And that. See? And you get in a hurry. Alright, I'm gonna allow it to flow and do its thing. Can you see this one's already filling up the legs? And I'll go back and add a little more. This one's gone up into the antler. And it's going down into the legs. Alright? I may actually have to squirt a little in there to have enough. Just a touch. Glamour dust. The best thing about this glamour dust is so little goes such a long way. Alright, I'm just going to keep adding a little bit until these are full, and then I'm going to put them under my nail light and cure them. I'll do 3 minutes on each side. Okay. Save those antlers for last. It's actually good that this is a... Yeah, that was just an overspill. I thought his tail broke off for a second. Okay, now we've got everything loose except for the head and antlers. Come on. They're all there. Alright. Now, I got this out to see if we can't give them a little shape. Okay, this is Soft Touch Varnish by Deco Art Media, the media line. When I bought this, they had it on super cheap sale, and I bought several of them. This is actually... Alright, got a lot of it out. all I'm gonna do on the inside is I'm gonna stipple this all the way around, and then do the next part. Now, of course, the glue will dry clear. Careful to only touch the outside. Okay, I want it, you know, kind of the same texture all over. Alright. Of course, it's all over the outside. But hey, it's not crafting if you don't get messy. Somewhere, I don't even know what brand it is, hold on. It's the Sigwong brand. It's white alcohol ink. I think there might still be a tiny bit in there. Now, I just want, you know, kind of random little splotches. Ooh, that might have been a bit too much. Right. Okay, this one is from the metallic line. It's called Sand Gold. It's like a silvery, champagne-y kind of antique gold. Now, this is very opaque, so you want to be careful with it. Now, if you think you got it where you want it, this is just 90%, 91% alcohol. I just want it to mix around a bit. I'll let it flow one way for a bit and switch directions. Okay. Now, remember it's gonna dry clear. Oh yeah, okay. Now for the fun part. I've just got 8 or 10 color of glitters. This is the iridescent blue, the white, and the iridescent white. And the iridescent white feels like it's got the most in it, so I'm going to start with that. Spoon time. Now again, don't want this everywhere unless you accidentally flick it with your fingernail. And I don't want it everywhere because I got a lot more to put. This one is from that care package that Cindy sent I promise the video will be coming. That is a super fine. I was like holding my breath. It's a super fine glitter. Okay. This one is called Magic White. Let's see. Very similar to that iridescent white. I should have shook it up first. Two more. Now, this one is a shifting rainbow, and it's a .004. It's very fine. Very fine. So it should only take a tiny bit. Oh, again, unless you flick it with your nail. And I don't even have a nail on that finger. I mean, I don't have a long one. Obviously, I have a nail. Oh, I didn't even... This one's called Snowflake. And it is just a larger chunk. But again, though, it'll stick because of the coat of soft touch varnish we put on there first. Okay? Now we're just going to let this dry. After I shake loose a little bit of piled up glitter. Alright, let's flip it over and see what we think. Now remember, it will be clear. Okay, I'm in my thinking. It might could use a little bit Why as crafters do we pile stuff up so much? This is Christy Friesen's, I don't remember what it's called. It's from the Reflections line. It's a macro pearl mica powder. And once again, evidently you have to just dump. I don't know how well you can see that through there, but that is gonna be stunning. But a lot of that glitter has a green flash to it, so I'm gonna put some of this iridescent blue just to kind of counter that. Okay. I don't know why that one has a hard lid to put on. Okay. I think we're going to just try to fit everything in here. I've got, this is the DOS paper clay. I love this stuff. It's fantastic. We're using the paper clay because this could not withstand sorry about that, the oven temperatures, and I need it to curve, or I would use resin. That's why I'm doing the paper clay. Okay, I've got this it's a very old mold. The surface has started deteriorating a little bit. Pine cone. And then, why did I choose the hardest one? I want to try to do this one. Now, it is notorious for breaking, okay? I'm not too concerned about that. We can always put it back together. I'm gonna try to do this. I'm gonna try to do this and do 2 pine cones like this. We're gonna see how that works. But first, I'm gonna knead up my paper clay. Okay, this is just a Mr. bottle with water. Just gonna need a couple of squirts. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this pine cone. I'm going to start with a thin down teardrop. I thin down the pointy end. And I'm just going to start pushing it. That's the only way you can describe it. Just try to push it in there and get that, to take that detail. Okay, I think I've forced in as much as I can get to go in there. Now, I'm just going to press towards the bottom and try to level that back out. Okay. Now, just demold, go from the back end, cheese it out a little bit, try not to stretch it out of shape too much. Come on. There we go. Okay, let's give this a try. I'm going to try bending it back from this edge and see what happens. So I'm going to turn it around just so I can see. Come on. You came loose everywhere else. This side's too good, actually. This is gonna be a mess by the time I get it off. Well, it's actually not too bad. Like I said, all of that in between, all that flashing, we're not worried about that. We're not worried about that at all. Okay. Just want to barely squirt that. I'm liking the way this side laid right down. It was a really nice fit. Where those ends wind up right on the seam there. Yeah, and try not to touch the ornament with your gluey fingers, which I just got glue all over the front of it. Okay. You want my fingers? Well, that did cover up a lot of that, didn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Over instead of under. Come on, come on. Okay. Now, I have chosen the leaping deer, we'll call it that. Okay? Because there's just not room for both of them. Tiny as it appears. I'm going to put, this is the shifting rainbow, which is the really super fine. I'm hoping it'll just give it kind of a sparkly white background on the back side of this deer. This is just Aleene's tacky glue. Okay. Yuck. And I can feel it everywhere, including on me. Now that's gonna stick to the Alright, just pretend I didn't flip it over backwards, and the glitter's not gonna stick. to the paper. Okay, that was just a chunk off my fingers. Probably paper clay. Front. Oh, that's gonna be pretty. I'm just gonna let this dry. Just like I'm letting the rest of this dry. Okay, we did the front part last night, or whenever it was to y'all. Seconds ago. For me, it was last night. I let this set overnight to dry. And then I came back this morning. I did the 2 pine cones. I did those last night and let those set to dry. And then this morning I've come back and put whatever you call this, some architectural detail. Okay, so, and I'm going to put the deer, which I'm not going to flip him over, but it's going to be about right there. Okay, now I'm going to paint all of this with white gesso. Okay, and that is the next step, and then we'll be back. Oh, okay. I've got some of the metallic waxes from Prima, the Finnabar line. I just grabbed a few. Aged brass, vintage gold, bronze age, and this is the old silver. Alright, let me see. Yeah, I think this is the one I want. I'm sorry, this is the vintage gold. Alright, on this swaggish detail right here. Now, don't worry if we get it on the pine cone a little bit, we can cover that up. Okay. Okay, this is the Mona Lisa speedball metal leaf sizing. Which is like a rubber cement, but it... Okay, now, I've got some... This is just metal leafing. It's not really gold, but it's gold leafing, metal leafing. Same thing with this one. It's not really silver, but it's metal leafing. I'm going to show you today how you can use the metal sizing for more than just metal leafing. But first of all, I'm going to do some metal leafing. So, okay. Excuse me if I don't talk. I cannot not. Phew. I'm just going to keep going on till I've covered all of that sizing. Okay, there it is, just a little bit. Here and there just to get it off. Okay, now I'm going to go and I'm going to do the silver. And then I'm going to let that dry and we'll come back and put the silver leaf on. Okay, I think it's important to show you all the steps. After we do the metal leafing, then we're going to go on to some of the other things that you can do with the metal leaf sizing. Well, this side I'm going to do the silver as well. Okay, so let's get on with that. First of all, I'm going to clean all the gold leafing off my paper. Okay, one of the ways you can tell it's dry, it will turn clear. Okay. Okay, excuse me while I don't talk a minute. Okay, now with the scrub it back off. Now don't worry if there's spots that are still sticky, you can go back over those. Basically, I just want to show you how you don't have to be afraid of tackling some of the bigger, let's say, crafting projects. Okay, now that's it for the gold and silver. Excuse the little flyaways. Okay, I'm going to go onto the back side now and just do the silver on this little architectural piece up here. Okay, one of the things you may have already figured is mica powders. Metal leaf sizing works great with mica powders. So I've got an eyeshadow applicator. Now on this, the only place I put it is right in the center. Okay. Quick little blowing it off. Okay, now on this side, I actually put it on more places than I wanted it. As in, it kind of ran down in the recesses. But because I'm using the eyeshadow applicator, I can control where the mica powder goes. Alright, now that doesn't necessarily mean that I've covered up all the sticky. If you're worried about that though, a finishing glaze, a finishing gloss glaze will hide a multitude of sins. Okay? So the last thing, I'm going to put the sizing just on the high spots of the pine cones. This time I'll just have to do one side and then we'll do the other side. Alright? And as you might have guessed, this time we're going to do glitter. That should be the finishing touch that we need. Alright. Now, I am worried that the glitter will stick to the sticky spots that are still left up here. So I'm going to go ahead and glaze at least that center section. And then I'll come back and do I won't come back, but then I'll do the metal leaf sizing. Okay, now this is the white magic and the snowflake. I'm going to put the white magic on first. No, I'm going to put the snowflake on first. Not really sure which one I did first. Okay, then I'm going to do the white magic. I'm just trying to cover up that okay. All right. Now, the only thing left to do is I'm going to put, first of all, alright, first of all, I'm going to put a tassel through the top. I'm going to clean up my paper and probably my mat, and then we'll be back. Okay. Now, on this side, Okay, I'll just need to let that dry, and then we'll put the tassel on and we'll be done. Alright. I want to thank y'all so much for watching. Let me think. Most, the ornaments, the alcohol inks, glitters, micas, all that. Trying to think if that pine cone. I'm not sure whether the pine cone is on my Amazon shop list or not, but I will check. The Prima, if they were listed on my Amazon shop, they've probably since sold out. But you may be able to find them still listed out there somewhere, or a cheaper Oriental knockoff. Still just as good. Well, not just as good. The silicone's different, but still. Oh my goodness. I absolutely love how that ornament turned out itself. Oh, all that sparkly glitter with the alcohol inks. Alright. Thank y'all so much for watching. I'm going to keep picking at it. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to say it again. Like everybody's video. If you're watching the video and there's something that you like about the video, just hit the like button. Just hit the like button. That's all I can say. YouTube really picks up on that algorithm right now, so that's what we're all shooting for. Please like, share, and subscribe, y'all. Bye for now.